And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. I'm excited for this one. We got Mateo in the house and David Benavidez, one of the hottest names in boxing. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. Regular edition. It's Wednesday, man. We got a special guest in the house. We got David Benavidez and we got Mateo in the house as well, owner of Boxer Gym. We're gonna be talking some boxing today, man. I'm actually very excited for this. But real quick announcement before we get into the show: rumble.com/freshfit. As you guys know, that is the home base. So if we ever do get canceled, you know exactly where we'll be. Also, CastleClub.tv that has all of our content, as you guys know. A lot of our videos aren't on YouTube anymore. They're on Castle Club and on Rumble for obvious reasons. So make sure to check us out over there, man, if you want the whole backlog of everything. And what else?
We're doing an event.
Yes.
April 26th here in Miami, guys. In South Beach. It's going to be a live show with us, other guests as well, a lot of girls too as well. So stay tuned for it, and we'll see you guys there.
April 26th at what time do the doors open?
6 p.m.
Doors open at 6 p.m., guys. You're going to get a live show, get to meet us in person. And you guys have been asking us to do more live shows. So we're going to, it's going to be our first one that we're doing by ourselves. So make sure to come out and check it out, man. Tickets are on sale now. Very affordable, $100 for general admission, man. So we're trying to get as many of you guys in there that we can meet y'all. So it'll be a good time. But
without further ado, man.
Without further ado, man. We got
guests of honor.
in the house.
David and Mateo.
Yes.
So we know who you are, brother, but tell the audience who you are. They don't know.
My name is David Benavidez. I'm three-time world champion, 168 pounds, WBC, #1. Actually, the #1 behind Canelo, trying to fight Canelo. He don't want to give me the opportunity, but we're still doing our thing, man. We're still putting in the work, showing everybody who the best is, and just making my dreams come true day by day.
He's
15-0, right?
Yeah.
Me?
Right now? Yeah.
No, I'm 28-0.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
shit.
with 24 knockouts.
Damn, goddamn, my bad.
You're not playing. Don't worry, Canelo's scared.
Yeah.
And then Mateo.
Man, you already know. We're honored to have us on here today. David Benavidez has been in Miami for the last couple of months now. He's made this officially his home. Him and his family have moved out here. He's at the Boxer Gym doing his camp. We're super proud to have him. And you know what? It's a true honor to have a world champion like this. More than that, we're very good friends. There's a story behind that. He'll get into it a little bit, but
Of course.
we're getting ready for something big, and he's gonna talk about that. So
we linked up a couple of days ago at the car show that you guys had at Boxer Gym. It was your idea, by the way. Love cars. And as well, you trained my guys to network for boxing.
Yeah.
So they were asking basically about how you grew up, your childhood, things like that as well.
Yeah, so basically, I'm the second oldest. My brother, Jose Benavidez, he's the one who really started this boxing, so I got to give, it all up to my brother because he's the reason why I'm here. Basically the story is little brother wanting to be like the big brother. My brother, he was a man back then. Some stuff happened, but, I carried the name ourselves, and then now, we're here. We're here fighting the best. 3-time world champion. I was the youngest ever in history to win the super middleweight championship. The first one I won, I was 20 years old.
Wow.
The youngest before that was, Mike Tyson. He won his belt at 20 years old. And, thankfully, I've been doing my thing. I've been working extremely hard, and I actually got my nickname from Mike Tyson himself, the Mexican Monster. So I'm very happy with the way things are going now.
What got you into boxing in the first place?
So, like I said, me just trying to be like my older brother. My father started us, my brother's 5 years older than me. So my brother started at 5 years old. And then when I think at that time I was like 2 years old. So I just, my bad. He started at 5, trained when he was 7. I was about 2 years old. So I just wanted to be like my older brother. I remember my dad used to train us in the garage. And
Is this in Phoenix?
This is in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona. My dad used to train us in the house in the garage, and I remember I was at 2 years old. I used to go peek in the garage, see my brother train, and my dad one day said, come in, let's get this working. And
Wow.
since then, it's been history, bro.
Was your father a boxer too?
No, he was not a boxer. This is the crazy thing about my dad. My dad, in his head, he was involved with gangs and all that stuff back then. He was from California. So the way he tells me the story, he thought that somebody was gonna kill him or whatever. So he wanted us to be strong. If that ever happened, that he knew that my brother would take care of me, and he knew that I would take care of my family. So we just boxing, and that's basically how my life has been, man. Right now I'm 27 years old. I have 25 years boxing, and I loved every single day of it.
Wow.
So take us through, Mateo, first of all, how'd you guys meet?
So the crazy story is I've known this guy since I was 13 years old because I got invited to train at the Wildcard Gym where Pacquiao was training because my brother was training there. My brother was a top prospect, best in the world, and then he got invited to train with Manny Pacquiao. So then I went a year later. I had stopped boxing for a year, and then when I was 12 years old, I went over there. I started training, and I remember I went to Bancroft in Hollywood. And I remember seeing this kid. He used to wear a gray sweater, an Adidas duffel bag, and then I'd always end up seeing him at the gym. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? We ended up being cool. He ended up leaving, but I always related to the guy even since back then because his father was like my father, very tough, strict. If you fuck up, I'm gonna slap you until you get it right.
Right.
And his dad was like that too. I remember seeing him. And then when I came, I moved over here to Miami, so I was hitting him up. I wanted to go to the boxer gym. We got to talking. I met him, and then one day he invited me to dinner. Me and my wife, him and his wife, and we were there, and we started talking about stuff like I used to train at Wildcard. I used to train at Wildcard too. I went to Bancroft. I went to Bancroft too. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy looks a little bit familiar now. Now he's talking, and then we ended up finding out that there was a dude that I seen that used to go to Bancroft. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's just crazy how things happen, bro.
Full circle.
It's I really do feel like God brought me out here for a reason, because now I'm at the best gym in the world. He has his, the way his gym is set up. I've been to a lot of gyms everywhere, and I feel like he has the best gym in the world. And I'm doing my thing. I'm the best in the world too. So now we come together. Now we could combine both our forces and go attack our dreams, together.
So what made you say, what, I got to get out to Miami? Were you in Arizona before? I know you're from Phoenix, but
no. So me, I've been moving around a lot. With me, I've never been that type of individual that wants to stay in one place. I feel like the world is big enough where you have to travel. You can't just stay in one place. I originally from Phoenix. I moved to North Hollywood. Then I moved to Long Beach. Then I moved back to Phoenix. Then I moved to Las Vegas. Then I moved to Oregon. And then I moved to Seattle. And now I'm in Miami.
Oregon? What were you doing out there?
My buddy lived over there. He's one of the top fitness trainers, strength and conditioning trainer.
Okay.
And then I ended up moving to Seattle. I met my wife there. We bought a house. We still have the house. And now we're over here because Seattle's a little bit depressing, bro.
Yeah. It rains a lot, man.
It rains a lot. It's dark as fuck. So, I thought, what, let's just go to Miami.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm financially stable enough to, buy multiple properties. And I thought, what, I feel like I got a cousin out here, too, that he lives here. And so he's a mutual person lives here. So I thought, I might as well just come over here. I've always wanted to live in Miami. I'm going to come give it see how it is. And now I don't want to leave.
Yeah. It's a good place.
Yeah.
You mentioned buying properties and investing. How important is it for athletes to, invest in themselves while they're earning the money so that they can create a future?
I feel like it's very important because right now, especially for me, I'm just trying to buy every fight. I'm trying to buy a property, renting them out, making income where I don't have to do nothing. Because of boxing life, bro. To be honest, it's not a long life.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate enough I've been professional since I was 16 years old. I got 10 years, probably 11 years right now, and I made a lot of money. I've spent a lot of money, buying cars, going to the, spending money on trips and all that. All that stuff is cool. I'm not saying nothing about it, but when the money's not coming back in, you got to look at something like, well, I need to make money somehow because boxing is not gonna last our whole lives. So, you know what I mean? So, in the property, you never lose.
Yeah.
I bought my house in Seattle for $800,000. Now it's worth $1.5 million.
Nice.
In 2 years.
Nice.
So it's just now we're just buying property. This fight I'm gonna buy another property too. So it's just buying as much property as I can. Now
Are you buying like single family homes, duplexes, triplexes?
So I was buying condo, single family home, but now I'm looking into the duplex. I'm actually looking at the quadplexes now.
Yeah.
Those
That's
are the ones
smart.
where you make the most money at.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been very fortunate enough. I'm getting into that, but I want to, get a restaurant. I just want to make my dreams come true. I want a restaurant, and now that I'm in the position to actually make that happen, then that's the position that's the way we're going towards.
Yeah, restaurant. Would you open it up here in Miami, or where would you?
Yeah, I think so. And Miami, Seattle. That's the beautiful thing about me being in so much places. I know so much people everywhere. I can do it. Miami, Seattle, Phoenix, Vegas, everywhere. I know a lot of people everywhere, and I think everything will be successful everywhere I've been.
Miami's the best though. Do it here.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive here though.
Yeah,
It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, you can charge more.
Yeah.
So as a fighter, right? Everyone wants to know the routine of a fighter. How do they train? What's the regiment? So Mateo and David, how could you speak to this for the audience? How do they train as a fighter?
There's two different types of trainings.
Yeah.
There's a regular training just to get in shape, or there's a world-class training camp, a championship training camp. And I could tell you all about that. A championship training camp is me, how I get ready, how I'm doing it right now. I get ready for 3 months. I run in the morning. I train in the afternoon. Then I do conditioning and weight training at night. That's every day for 11, 12 weeks. We spar Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We go hard every day, every single day, because at this level that I'm fighting at right now, you can't take any day off because there's killers. There's killers trying to take your spot. There's killers trying to take those belts.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm not going to go out like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put everything into my training camp. I'm not going to not put everything into my training camp because this is my passion. At the end of the day, I feel like you have to put everything into your passion to see your dreams come true. And that's why I feel like I've been so successful. I've had a lot of turmoils in my career. I've had a lot of stuff happen to me. I've been up and down, but I've never gave up on myself. And that's why I'm here where I'm at today. Nobody expected me to be here. And then I'm still here, and it's for a reason, because I love what I do, and I'm never going to give up on myself.
Yeah. You mentioned that it takes you about 90 days if you got a fight coming to get in shape, and you said you run in the morning. How many miles are you?
So we run like 4 miles, 5 miles. Honestly, it's not that it takes me 90 days to get in shape. I train more because I want to make sure everything is clean and polished by the time I get in the ring.
Gotcha.
You can do a training camp in 6 weeks, 5 weeks, but are you going to be at your best?
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. At this level, you don't want to leave no room for error, and you got to make sure you work 100% on everything. By the time you get in that fight, there shouldn't be no room for no mistakes.
Yeah.
Because this is how I see it's a life or death. Not literally, but if I lose, my fucking career dies.
Yeah.
So I take this very, very serious, bro, and I feel like every fighter should. They should take it extremely serious, and that's let me be successful like I am. And now I'm at the doorstep of something big. You know what I mean? I'm fighting for another title at another weight class. So by the time this fight is done, I'm gonna have 4 of those. And then we're still trying to look for that Canelo fight. Canelo is all that bullshit, like, oh, he needs to be respectful, this and that. I'm not gonna bow my knee to nobody, because I've earned my shot for the belts. The only reason this fight isn't happening because he wants fucking 150, 200 million, which is absurd. Not even the promotion company makes money like that. So that's just basically telling me that he's scared.
Why is he doing this? Because he's that scared of you? That's a monster?
If the thing about this, I try not to say much, because if I say I'm scared, if I say he's scared, people say I'm a hater. Oh, what have you proved, this and that? I've got 3 belts. I'm the #1 contender. I don't need to prove shit. I beat the people that tell me to beat so you can fight for the title.
Right.
And I've done that over and over again. I've been in the mandatory for 3 years. That never happens.
Yeah.
That literally has never happened.
Can you explain to the audience what the mandatory is?
So the mandatory is, so when you're waiting in line, there's a ranking list, 1 to 10. Once you reach that #1 shot, that #1 spot, you have to fight for the title. That's always how it's been. I've been beating the top guys. I think I beat the top 4 from 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
And I beat him back to back, and I still haven't got a chance, But I feel like Canelo right now, he's a money man right now. You know what I mean? In boxing, each of these are 3%. So what I make 3%, even if you're not at the champion, the sanction fee is 3%. So imagine if Canelo doesn't want to fight me, and he tells the promotion or the sanction, no, I don't want to fight him. His 3% off of his 40 million, that's a lot of money. It's not the same as me, the 3% they're getting from me. So I feel like that's the only reason why he's in the driver's seat. That's the reason why they listen to him. But at the end of the day, man, like, come on, I just want to give the best fights to the fans.
Boxing is really political when it comes to that. Can you explain to, because you know a lot of people watch MMA and they think, oh well, isn't boxing similar when it comes to picking fights and doing things, setting things up, etc. Like, what's the main difference between the two when it comes to like setting up fights? Because like for a lot of people, it's like, okay, it's a no-brainer. Why aren't they fighting? But it's like politics involved.
So the one thing about it is politics and it's promotion companies. You see the UFC. I have a lot of respect for the UFC, by the way. I love how they run everything they're doing. The best fights the best, and they make fucking amazing events.
Yeah.
Boxing, you got PBC, you got DAZN, you got Golden Boy, and now you got the Saudis. So it's four different. So like the promotion companies, they don't want to share the pot.
Okay.
Imagine if we make $100 million or whatever, you got to split it. You know, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make sense sometimes, but at the end of the day, they want to keep it within themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's getting a little bit better where the fighters come together and make the fights happen. But if a fighter doesn't want to happen, like a fighter doesn't want to make the fight happen, like Canelo, there's really nothing nobody could do about it because Canelo's with my promotion company. He had signed a contract that he was gonna have 3 fights. First, what was it? It was
Charlo.
The one, Caleb Plant. Charlo, and then I was supposed to be the 3rd one. It just never happened. It just never happened. And then the people, they tell me like, bro, like we can't force this guy to fight you. Like there's really nothing. If he doesn't want to fight you, there's nothing we could do. So I'm in the position right now, but I'm not really too bummed out about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stay here. If anything, when I keep winning and keep beating these guys impressively, the fight's gonna be even bigger when it happens. So.
Yeah.
If the Canelo fight doesn't happen, would you consider maybe moving up in a weight class, fighting somebody like, I don't know.
I am moving up in weight class.
Beterbiev? Okay.
No, so this next fight, I'm moving up to weight class. So before I say anything about the next fight, it's gonna be fucking big. Me and Gervonta Davis are fighting in a card together. It's gonna be big. It's probably gonna be the biggest card of the year. I don't know when it's gonna be. Either June 15th or June 22nd. I don't know where yet, but it's gonna be big. And then what did you ask me?
So who would you consider fighting?
Oh, so I'm going up in weight class. Yeah. So I'm fighting for another belt, and that's gonna put me in the #1 spot to fight the winner, Beterbiev and Bivol. So like I tell a lot of people, bro, like when I was growing up and I had this dream, it was my dream was never, oh, I'm gonna fight Canelo, I'm gonna be done. It was never that. My dream was being the best and being the greatest of my generation.
Yeah. We should have a poll.
Is he scared of your reach? Like, because you're a tall guy. You're not short. You're over 6 foot. Is he scared of your reach? Is it because your fighting style counters his? Is it like?
I think it's just that he knows I'm a dog, bro. Yeah. Like he knows it. He sees in my eyes that I want greatness. They talk about the money. I don't give a fuck about the money, bro. I've been making a lot of money since I was young.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's about becoming undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that. This guy sees me. I've barely started my training camp, but I've already been training for 2 months. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm focused. I know what I want, and I know what I want to accomplish. And I got my son too. I want to show him that greatness can be achieved if you really dedicate yourself.
There should be a poll for these promotion companies where the audience says, "Hey, we want this fight to happen," and the poll dictates who fights.
Bro, that's been happening.
Yeah,
that's been happening.
That's in boxing, in the world of boxing. That's the only way. That's the only thing they're talking about right now.
Thing is, you know, like somebody like David right now, he's a threat in boxing.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you know, for Canelo, he taking a risk going up against somebody like him.
Yeah.
The age of 27, you know, we've been working in the gym and he's cracking harder than most boys in that weight division that have been there for a long time, even all the way up to heavyweight. So when you have somebody like that that's a threat, that's not worried about the money, and that's willing to actually get in there and put a performance on for the people, that just shows and proves that the man is willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Because of the love of the sport, for his people, for his family, and to build a legacy. That's what it really comes down to.
And then to be honest with you, when I heard that number, 150, 200 million, bro, not even Mayweather and Pacquiao got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that sounds like to me, is he's getting ready for retirement. That's what it sounds like to me. He knows it. He's getting ready to retire with that. He knows it, bro. I'm not coming to play, bro, and I'm not going to lay down for nobody. That's why he's doing interviews saying like, oh, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but he gave the opportunity to Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is only his second fight at super middleweight. He hasn't done nothing. I've been here I've been the gatekeeper, bro, waiting for that opportunity. And then the excuse was to Canelo that why he gave up Jaime Munguia the opportunity. He's like, oh, because he's been really respectful. I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yo.
No, and he said he don't want to fight any other Mexicans.
Yeah. So when
I was gonna ask that next. Is like if y'all did a fight in like Mexico City or something, they'll go crazy because you guys.
So he did a press conference saying he was gonna. He said he was gonna fight 3 more years, fire. I don't know what he said, and then he said, I'm not fighting a Mexican. What does he do? First thing he does is fight. He's fighting a Mexican. So I don't understand what this guy is saying, bro. Like honestly, I feel like he's just losing a lot of respect from his people, the boxing world. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep working and keep fighting for my spot. Like I said, I'm not going nowhere. I love this shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, we got a video to play, and you guys can see what the camp is kind of looking like. Get a little bit of insight. And, yeah, if I was Canelo, I'd be scared too.
And recently, you met Jake Paul at Boxer Gym as well, right?
Nah, yeah, he came through to say what's up. I've known Jake Paul for a while. We messaged each other and stuff. And I went to his fight in Phoenix when he was fighting Anderson Silva. He was really cool. His brother was really cool. His mother was really cool. So I have a lot of respect for them. And then he pulled up to the gym. Mateo's the one that actually set that up.
That's dope.
So it was cool seeing him. You know, respect for all his people, Andrew, all them people over there. But I have a lot of respect for them, and I'm just happy to be around these type of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's play it.
Yeah, let's play the video real quick, and then I got a question after. Yeah, you can play it. Just put the music. It's fine, bro. Don't worry about it. Is it not showing? Oh, hold on. We're gonna mute the tab.
We got you guys.
Yeah.
Look at that Miami skyline, man. Beautiful.
Motivated, it gives me a clear sense of mind, makes me realize that my dreams are actually really close, and just enjoying what God put on this earth for us, man.
That's what it's about. It's a culture.
Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era.
That's why he's my favorite fighter. Let's go! Hey, David's looking sharp. My man's a monster. Come on, he's looking good, baby. He's so long, fast, fluid, having fun, good defense. Looking good, man, for real.
It's the new Miami Fast and Furious. Fucking amazing turnout, bro. We out here, 305, baby.
Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
The lifestyle we like to show, you know, we like to box, we like to train hard, you know, we like to enjoy our cars, all these super cars, and life of luxury.
Come on. Focus. With a vengeance, I show you the road.
My dog, man, champ, always come here ready to work, good spirit, good mindset, good mentality, man. He has all the tools to success.
Put it up, bitch, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created
The college bar had me going crazy. Let's go. Every day's a different day. Putting it all on the line, working as much as you can every single day. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So just trying to reach greatness.
Boom.
Fire.
Just being here gets me even more motivated.
You go, Bills. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, you came to Miami to work. A lot of people come here to party and just hang out and shit. Like, you're here training every single day, going hard in the paint. So
That's motivating.
Yeah.
So what do you think, bro? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you how it is. Jake Paul, I have a lot of respect for Jake Paul because he's an influencer. He started from Disney and worked his way up.
Yeah.
But when I see his training videos, bro, he's actually training like a professional boxer. He is a professional boxer, but he's training like he really wants it.
Yeah.
A man that trains like that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because he has a dream to come true, and only a dream that he answers to himself that he has to make it come true. So it's gonna be a tough fight. You know, Mike Tyson is older, but don't get it fucked up. Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
The thing that I like about this fight is that Mike Tyson, he's gonna get a fucking bag for this fight.
Of course.
He's gonna get a lot of money, bro. And that's,
What are you thinking? What if you had to
I don't want to
estimate?
say.
You don't want to
No,
say it?
I feel like the both men have to be sharp. If Jake don't come prepared, you know, it's gonna be a tough fight for him. If Mike don't come prepared, it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Jake has been improving every single fight, but Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna be there in support, but you know, whatever happens, happens. I feel like I know a lot of people in boxing always ask me, who do you think is gonna win? I don't know. I just hope it's a good fight. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that Mike Tyson's able to still make that money from the fight, and still.
I was shocked he took it.
Yeah.
I thought
Mike Tyson is dog. He's Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing about it. But that's what I'm saying. If Mike thinks he can fight, then
What do you think, Mateo?
You got to think about it like this, you know. Jake's a smart businessman, right?
Yeah.
So in order to get somebody like Mike Tyson, you know, to fight against, if you think about it, and let's just say I drop a name right now, Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
I've seen his name before.
Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
No, so to the average person, you don't know who that is. But if you go to India, into some bad area or ghetto, and you say Mike Tyson, they're gonna say, I know that person. So think about the planet.
I see what you mean.
You see what Jake's doing?
Yeah.
He's setting it up in a way that, he obviously got the money or he got the investors to be able to put this together correctly and maximize it as much as possible, because the name is what is the draw card. And then by having Netflix involved to do the fight rather than any other platform that's going on.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
that's
guys about that.
That's a big deal. You know what I mean?
Are any, because you mentioned, I think there were 4, Dazen, Golden Boy, what was the other 2 again? PBC, and then
the Saudis. I don't know what.
The Saudis. Yes. Like they're creating a whole boxing infrastructure over there. You're right. To try to compete with Dubai's entertainment place. But have you ever I've never seen this before. Netflix getting involved with boxing like this.
Never. I think it's just a new. It's a new thing now, because even PBC is with Amazon. So I mean, these people they have a lot of people that that tunes into their stuff around the world. Amazon and Netflix. So I think that's just going to be overall bigger and better.
Do you think streaming is the future? Like pay-per-views are done now?
Yeah, I think so. And then the also thing that I like about these deals that other people aren't really considering is that it's going to be harder to steal the pay-per-views. Because think about it, Netflix and Amazon, they don't want to get their money taken from them.
They already have a secure infrastructure where you have to have a membership to be able to even watch it, so it's a secure.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
So now that's even better for the fighters, So and there's a lot of I fought pay-per-view fights, and most of them get stolen by the streams.
Yeah.
And every fighter, every pay-per-view counts, because that's how you get your money.
Yeah.
Mateo, if I remember correctly, wasn't that one of your ideas for Netflix?
It was.
Yeah.
Remember, I spoke to you about it.
Yeah.
They're smart, bro. In the end of the day, every single person that's around right now, you got Netflix on your phone, you got Netflix in your house.
Yeah.
So they're very smart on how they've organized it and orchestrated to this way, because boxing was dependent on HBO, Showtime, ESPN, and they're all diving now.
Yeah.
You're right.
So now they're working on Amazon Prime, and now they're working on Netflix, which are the 2 biggest platforms in the world, apart from YouTube. But that's what it really is now.
Streaming is the future, man. It's crazy how conventional cable television is pretty much gone. I mean, I remember you'd have to pay for the pay-per-view and watch whether it was wrestling or boxing or whatever, maybe you had to pay for the pay-per-view. Now it's you just stream it. That's
from your phone.
Yeah, people don't watch TV anymore, man. It's just that's what it's come down to.
So we have one of the guys that you were training actually on CEO Network, my boy Peter. He had a question for you. He said, how many amateur fights did you have before you turned pro?
To be honest with you, that's where it gets funny for me, because I always never... The way I was, bro, I was always a bigger kid. I was always a fat kid. I never made weight.
Oh, really?
So I only had 15 amateur fights. My dad used to be mad, super mad, because we used to go to the tournaments. I'd be overweight. There'd be nobody in my weight class, so that's why I would never fight. But I was always in the gym working extremely hard. When I got to, I'm going to tell you the whole story how it happened, too. My parents, they divorced when I was 7 years old. And then my dad and my brother ended up taking off to California when I was 10. To train with Freddie Roach. So imagine I had trained my whole life up to this point, so I had a whole time off. Bro, I went from 160 all the way to 260.
Damn.
Eating everything. And I remember clearly, really vividly. I looked at myself in the mirror before I went to school one day, and I was just so fucking chubby, bro. My face is like this. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know who the fuck I am no more. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna hit a point where either I do something about my weight and I lose it, or I just keep eating, and I'll probably never come back from that. I'm probably just never going to lose weight. I'm going to be big and fat and all that.
Yeah.
So I told my mom, you know what, it's time for me to go to California. I want to go out there to train. And my mom understood, because that's a big thing too, obesity and stuff, and you don't work out, bro. If you just leave it unattended, bro, you get to a point where there's no return.
Would you say your environment changed a lot too, helped with that process? Changing your environment?
Oh, yeah. Because my mom, she wasn't didn't work out or nothing like that. It was just school, and if you're done with school, that's it. Yeah. But I got to the point, and then I went to California. That's when I met this guy, and then this guy used to see me put in work too. I was a big fat guy, red sweater. I remember. So my brother was a top. He was a top amateur. Everybody knew him. Freddie Roach asked him to stay there so he could train him. Freddie Roach.
Does your brother still fight now, or does he manage you?
Yeah, he still fights. He fights in my cards.
Okay.
we'll get to that too. My dad and my brother used to tell everybody at the gym, like, you think my son Jose is good? Wait till you see my other son David. I get to Cali, I'm fucking fat, big. Like, who the fuck is this? That's David. That's the David you were telling me about?
Oh, come on.
And then that shit, like, I would turn red, bro. I'm like, all right. I'm like, wait till you guys fucking see me spar. The first day of sparring, I spar some big buff dude. Beat the fuck out of him. Easy. And that's when people start paying attention. And then I started sparring. I was 14 years old at this time, by the way. 14. I started sparring Latif Coyote, cruiserweight champion. Fucking put in work with him, throw down with him. Kid Chocolate, the middleweight champion of the world, throw down with him. Kelly Pavlik was an amazing middleweight. He actually beat Jermaine Taylor.
I remember him.
Knocked him out nasty. Fucking had a great work with him. And then after that, I got invited to Big Bear, 15 years old. Started sparring with Gennady Golovkin. That's before he even made his pro debut. We had such great fucking sparring sessions, me and that guy. And I give it up to Gennady Golovkin because when I think about role models, that's what I want to be. He's very nice to his people, very helpful. He wasn't cocky at all, but that motherfucker was a killer. He was a fucking killer, bro. You guys, you know Gennady Golovkin? The guy
I've heard the name before.
Canelo?
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking, he was an animal. Animal in the ring, but outside the ring, the nicest person. So this guy, bro, I started sparring him before he even made his U.S. debut. He was from Kazakhstan. This guy is a monster. If you guys knew boxing, you'd understand the severity of who Golovkin was. Fucking monster, bro. And then I ended up being his main sparring partner. So from 16 to 19 years old, I was working with that guy, working. Every sparring session me and him had were real fights. They weren't sparring sessions. They were real fights. So by the time I ended up figuring this guy out, everybody else became easy. And that's what I'm saying. I'm very grateful for Golovkin because he himself put me on a different level.
Well, I can tell just how you meet people, interact. You're very humble, very kind. Even in the elevator, you're like, hey, is that your kids? I have kids too as well.
Yeah.
Very social. I think that's very good, bro.
I just feel like, bro, sometimes some people try to act tough because they're really scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I get to live the best of both worlds. I get to be very friendly. I get to be very kind. But if you fucking around with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be, bro. I'm not out here trying to act tough. I'm actually trying to help my people. There's some people, bro, that they're just really big-headed and there's a lot of ego.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you take ego out the situation, you get to live your life more comfortably and you get to make better decisions.
Well said.
How important is it to spar often? Is that like I mean, obviously that's like the cornerstone of boxing, but I think people kind of underrate how important that is versus just like hitting mitts or like, you know, trying
sparring is not only hitting, it's catching the timing, working footwork. There's a whole science to it, bro.
Yeah.
And then also too, you start to in sparring, you feel that, and it's something different about when you're a top level fighter. Like with me, you go in there, you let that animal out.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to practice that. You got to practice being that killer. You got to practice fucking not caring about people and beating the shit out of them. Because how I say it, it's either they get me or I get them. You know, and I'm never going to let them get me. You know, they're always going to be the ones getting taken out. So it's always just practicing that, you know, sometimes you don't even got to work hard, but just, you know, practicing the shots, head movement, defense. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You know, it's really technical.
I was going to ask you, so you said you spar like every day, right?
No. I spar 3 times a day. Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, so.
Like our schedule.
Yeah. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday you spar, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays you're doing like lifting weights or running?
So I'm training boxing throughout the whole week. Yeah. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays we do strength and conditioning. Okay. Because also too, boxing it takes a toll on boxing and training takes a toll on the body. Yeah. Strength and conditioning. Shout out to Earl. What's his last name? Earl Wolf. He's a fucking beast. He used to play in the NFL. He gets my body right, bro. My legs, everything. That guy is a beast at everything. And also shout out to Memo Heredia. Shout out to all my people who have been training me for a long, long time. And it takes a toll out of your body. And as time goes by, you know, I've 25 years boxing. Now it's not really more about putting in the work as hard. It's about letting your body recover.
Yeah. So when you're sparring, like, is it like You're just free fighting, or is it like, okay, I'm gonna work on the hook here. I'm gonna work on the jab. We're gonna work on this.
It depends on the person. It depends how I feel.
Gotcha.
Depends how hard the sparring is.
Yeah.
It's
I
intense.
was gonna ask, like, how often are you hard sparring?
I
Like,
mean,
is what
even today, you got some cuts from sparring.
Yeah. This cuts from sparring, some good shit.
Damn.
You
So
know,
you know
but
he's working hard.
at
man.
the end of the day, bro, if you're scared of getting hit, getting marks on your face, this shit is not for you, brother.
Yeah, you're right.
I wear this shit as a fucking as a prize, man. I love what I do. I love people to see me, but damn, that guy's fucking, he really goes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is just the price you have to pay sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes you be sore as fuck, you can't go, but you tell yourself, you know, I'm not gonna give up.
It's that sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
You know, like even in the sparring and in the training, people don't realize the fight is the easy part.
Yeah.
It's staying consistent mentally plus physically throughout that camp time that he was explaining, you know, that 11 weeks, you know, and then you got to try and avoid injuries at the same time. And that's why he's saying as you get to that higher standard, recovery is so important. And then at the same time, you don't know what you're up against in sparring. You know, it could be light sparring, it could be heavy
I
sparring.
was gonna ask, how often are you hard sparring? Like damn near.
When I get towards the end, like 7-8 weeks, it's all hard.
It's all hard.
It's all hard.
Okay.
It just depends if I'm friends with the guy or, you know.
You see some of the best shots in sparring, like, because he can, like, a lot of fighters can actually practice things that you wouldn't necessarily do in the fight.
Yeah.
You can get creative inside the ring.
Yeah.
It's like getting a painting. Before it goes out, you could actually practice on it and then do the final copy. You know.
So is there danger in sparring? Because, for example, there was a fight between, I think it was Tank and Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
And someone said there was a leak with Ryan's injury that he was seen in sparring with the injury. And they told, well, I don't know if it's true, Tank about that injury.
So-
is that a real thing in sparring?
Yeah, the thing, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get hit with shots and, you know, like even like I got a little cut, you know, I'm getting cut here. At the end of the day, it's still a fight. At the end of the day, they're still trying to knock you out. So sometimes, like Ryan, in his case, he said he got hit with the body shot. I don't know what it was. That his ribs were split or something. That does happen. Hand injuries, body injuries. Sometimes you get hit to the body and you feel like this shit's broken, but it's not. It's just bruised. So it's just different stuff, and that's where recovery comes in place.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But there's been times, bro, where I fucking rolled my ankle running bad.
Oh shit.
There's been a couple times actually. Hand injuries, this and that. But if it's really up to the training camp and the trainers. If they think you can't go on with the show, then cancel it. If there's still enough time where you could recover, and then go into the fight, then it's really up to the team and the manager.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I gotta know, bro. What is going on with Ryan Garcia? Is he okay? Is he okay, bro?
Bohemian Grove and everything else
bro,
like
what's
that.
going on with that guy, man?
To be honest with you, Ryan Garcia, I know him personally. I feel like it's just promotion, bro. I feel like it's just promotion. I don't feel like he's doing it the right way though, because he's talking about some topics that are really crazy. You know what I mean? And maybe in his head he's trying to bring light to those situations. And I don't know what he's doing, but when the fight happens, I think that shit's gonna sell a lot.
We're gonna see. Yeah.
It's gonna, because people are gonna be like, "Is Ryan good? Is he not good?" But I feel like it's all calculated from him.
Marketing.
You know?
It's all marketing.
Yeah, it's all marketing. And me personally, I don't think that's doing it the right way.
Yeah, and there's other ways to go about it, right? This is a very unorthodox. I've never seen anyone kind of go that route of, I was at the Bohemian Grove.
You don't see it.
Yeah, this is a first. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, bro.
Yeah. He's been going wild on
But
Twitter.
you know what? I feel like with him, he knows how to keep his name in the headlines.
Yeah,
I
true.
heard him on Clubhouse. So he's saying some wild shit.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, I guess he's probably gonna make a bag. So I don't know.
Definitely unorthodox.
Yeah.
Some chats real quick?
I can read some of these chats real quick, and then we got here.
Mr. Ransom.
What?
David Benavidez on Fresh and Fit. This is going to be a good one. Is he staying for the after hours? No. He's away from kids, guys. Also, Canelo is a pussy for ducking the fight. Hey, man. He's scared, bro. We have here Jack. David, would you ever move up to 175 after beating Canelo? Do you think Bivol or Beterbiev would be great fights? Effing killing it with the guest 2024.
Yeah. So this fight right now that I'm gonna fight at 175 is fighting for the interim belt. It's gonna put me in position to fight for the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. And like I said, bro, like I don't think that fight with Canelo is gonna happen. So I gotta move on with my career. And these guys, the ones at 175, they're some killers. So now my mind is 100% set on them, focus on them, and we'll see what happens. I've worked with Bivol before. I had some good sparrings with him. So
So I heard.
It's gonna be good. I mean, but at the end of the day, what I want to tell people is, sometimes these fights or whatever it might be going in your life, if it sounds scary, the leap forward, it might seem scary, but that's why you have to do it. Because the greatness and what's going to be achieved on the other side is much more greater than you being scared.
Damn. No, absolutely.
It's powerful.
What else do we got here? Fresh and Fit attorney goes, anytime a fat goblin hobbit chick introduces herself on After Hours, Chris and Mo put, I'm an optimist, bro.
Oh, my God.
Jason Todd goes, David, can you name what you think is one of Gervonta's greatest weaknesses in the ring? Gervonta's.
It's hard, bro. Gervonta is the best in the world for a reason. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think he's a complete fighter.
Damn.
You know?
Who was your toughest fight?
My toughest fight, it's been a couple of them, bro. Anthony Durrell was tough because he was really seasoned. I fought him when I was 22 years old. But my toughest fight is when I fought for the world champion. I'm gonna give you the whole rundown of the story before that happened to that. So I get called. I'm fighting through the ranks. I'm number 2, number 3. Then somebody was supposed to fight, but then that fight got canceled, and then they put me in there for the world title fight. So I'm in Big Bear. I'm fucking working extremely hard.
Whoa.
2 weeks before the fight, I get a call. My uncle dies.
Oh.
So that fucked me up mentally in my head, and it was hard to go through that, bro. But I'm just like, in my head, I'm thinking like, what if he wouldn't want me to stop? He would want me to keep going.
Right.
The week of that fight, I swear to God to you, bro, I had I'm making weight, I'm laying down, I have a nightmare where I have like a demon putting a pillow over my face and trying to kill me, or he was choking me. And I wake up with the pillow on my face like that. So I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then I get the worst flu I've ever had. Flu, cold, food poison, I don't know what it was. So it was extremely hard for me, bro. It was even hard for me to move. We made weight, we hydrated, and I still fought, and I still won the belt. You know what I mean? So that was probably the toughest, not because of the fighter, but because of everything I went through. I mean, it was my uncle, you know what I mean? I love my uncle, my mother's brother. And that shit just alone, bro, you're trying to prepare for the biggest fight of your life.
Yeah.
And then that hits you, bro, literally 2 weeks before the fight, 2 or 3 weeks. That shit just fucked me up. But like I said, bro, like, I'm gonna do this for my family. I know he's not here with us no more, but I know he would want me to continue, and he wouldn't want me to break down. So I kept it up and became world champion.
That's God's chosen, man.
Yeah.
20 years old, the youngest to ever do it at this weight class.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
This shit's heavy, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit's heavy, bro.
What else we got here? Okay, what advice could you give to an amateur boxer looking to compete and win on a national scale? How do I develop the courage to compete with the best?
Isaiah Uchiha.
So to be honest with you, bro, how you go about that is you got to really make the decision if this is what you want for your life. If this is what you want for your life, do you want to be a world champion? Once you make your mind up about that, every single day, work as hard as you can. Stay off your fucking phone. Don't be on Instagram. Don't be on Twitter. Don't be on none of that. If you really want to be on your phone, watch nothing but boxers. Learn.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like this is a big issue with the youth today. They're fucking getting brainwashed with their phone and they don't even know it. They see TikTok and all this shit, but they're not gaining nothing from it.
Yep.
And I know kids are watching. I have cousins. I have all this. They watch bullshit all fucking day. So if you really want to be the best, instead of watching bullshit, watch boxing all day. That's what I do now.
What fight would you recommend people to watch to learn? As far as, like, I mean, every fight's gonna have something that you can learn from. You can learn from mistakes, etc. But what do you think is one of the most educational fights?
One of the most educational fights that shows what type of heart you need to have to be a champion is Diego Corrales versus Castillo 1.
That's a fight.
You seen that?
No.
No, I've never seen that.
You guys need to watch that.
No.
That is
What is it?
probably
Hold on, I'm gonna write that down.
Diego Corrales
Okay.
versus Castillo.
All right.
That is the greatest display of heart, will, and never giving up. This man, he was Diego Corrales, you know, God rest his soul, he's not with us no more. He was, these are fights I watched growing up. He was dropped 3 or 4 times. They were about to stop at the last round, and he comes back and stops the guy in the 10th round.
Wow.
Amazing. So if you really want to learn how to be a technician, watch Mayweather's fights. Mayweather will teach you how to be a technician.
Yeah.
That dude is so good. But going back to
what's your thoughts on the Philly shell?
I like it. I use it.
You use it? Okay.
These defenses, they're not there for no reason.
Yeah.
The Philly shell competes with the regular guard because this guard right here, as you can see, you can hit the body.
Yep.
You can hit the uppercut. If you're really advanced, you know how to go around that. But with the Philly shell, box the body, both sides. You could catch the jab, you could catch the hook, and you have to use head movement. So it's there's a lot of skills again, bro. You have to learn how to do this. This shit just doesn't come overnight. But they're really the Philly shell is really effective.
Yeah,
Very
I mean, I
effective.
just watched Floyd do it all day, and I'm just like, what the
Very
fuck, man?
effective. But if you see it, he's not just blocking like this. He's using his legs. He's using his head movement. He's using a lot of shit.
Distributes
bro.
his whole
That's what I'm
weight.
saying.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to learn how to box, watch Mayweather.
Yeah,
He's so technical and he does everything great.
yeah.
Wow. It's not all about power, huh?
Yeah, no, it's just
It's not. Honestly, there's sometimes you have to set up shots to get the power shot. The power shot's not the most important part. The most important part is setting up the power shot. Sometimes you want to throw up here to keep their hands up here so you go downstairs. Or you fucking touch up here to go up here. It's just it's a thinking man's game, bro. It's a game with chess in there.
Wow.
Calculated.
is.
Yeah,
we have this guy in our gym. He's a Miami legend. He's a world legend in boxing. Rigondeaux, right? So he doing his camp at Boxer right now. He's one of our favorite fighters of all time. Even if you just watch him, he's a very lightweight
Right
fighter.
Bro, I'm
down to
gonna give you a list of names of the boxers to watch.
Okay, yeah,
I'll give you a
because
list.
I'd be watching. I'd be
I'll give
actually
you a list,
watching.
yeah.
And when you see this guy at 40 years old and the way he moves and distributes the punches, the man cracks like a welterweight, you know, and he's coming at 120, 119, 120, 124
This guy's three-time gold medalist.
in the Olympic Games.
Shit.
Bro, that's 12 years already, right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
That you have
yeah,
to be
yeah.
amateur.
Yeah.
Plus, how much belts he won? Like 6, 7.
6 or 7
He's a
belts,
legend,
man.
bro. He's a living legend. Living legend.
And you know, we sit there and we watch and we see him in real life, and it's like, damn, you know, you learn a lot of these different styles and arsenals, and you implement it into your own craft. You don't necessarily have.
What was
to
his name again?
Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux.
It's
Is he
called
American?
Rigondeaux.
Is he American or-
Cuban. It's
Cuban.
like
He fought for
Rigondeaux.
Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's spelled kind of weird, so. But also the thing I wanted to tell a lot of people too, bro, especially young kids. Bro, with me out, it was never a sure thing for me, bro. I didn't even want to box. I almost gave up like 3 times. The only reason I didn't is my dad didn't let me. My dad was a tyrant. He was not gonna let me stop boxing. That's why I give all the credit to my dad, because if it wasn't for that man, bro, I don't know where I'd be. He knew he had a plan. He's like, I'm not gonna let you stop boxing. And I didn't like boxing, bro. I honestly thought my dad hated me because fucking I'm 4 years old, wake up 5 in the morning, run fucking 2 miles, go to school, come back, train. It was like that my whole childhood. I don't have a childhood. I don't remember childhood. The only thing I remember is getting my ass beat because I didn't want to train, running, training, sparring, and that's it.
Did you ever work a job?
No, I never worked a job, and that's why I'm very grateful for my dad. I'm very grateful for my father. Sometimes, as kids, we don't know where we're gonna end up, but as long as you fucking put 110% of it, that's what I'm saying. With me, I didn't know I was gonna be. I didn't know I was gonna be a world champion, bro. I thought it was far fetched, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna work my ass off, and if it doesn't work out, it's fine, bro. The only thing that if I don't put 100% into it and I walk away, that's what's gonna fuck me up in the future.
I grew up in a household like that too, where my dad pushed me a lot, and I grew up like hating him. But then as I became older, I started to appreciate and say, "God damn, like,
It's a real man."
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, do you think the reason why your father pushed you so hard was, you mentioned that he was involved in like, criminal activity before? Was it to keep you away from the streets, you think?
Yeah.
Why he pushed you so hard?
100%, 100%.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. My dad knew exactly what it was, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know that. But now that I see how the streets are, I see how our people are, bro. My dad, at the end of the day, was just protecting us, and he didn't want us to go the wrong route that he had went.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, it's so, people really underestimate the importance of fathers, man. I've always said, like, a good dad will keep their sons out of jail and their daughters off sugar poles, and that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Obviously, he instilled that mindset in you. Would you say, and is he like your manager now, or as far
Yeah,
as
I
like,
still train with him. He's just
Okay.
in Seattle right now because we made a move to Seattle. And then another thing I'm proud about too, my dad bought his house. He has a gym. He has everything.
Gotcha.
Because I made him a lot of money, and that's why I'm so proud of that. Not only I am able to live good, but my dad's living fucking comfortably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he's over there. He's doing this thing, and
What do you do for work while you were growing up?
me?
No, your dad. Like, what did he do?
Oh, he's a trainer.
He was a
My dad's a hustler, bro. I
Yeah.
remember my dad used to sell fucking cigars, stole cigarettes. He used to sell a whole bunch. We used to go to California. We used to buy the bootleg movies. My dad made me hit the block, sell the whole movies. I wasn't good at it. My brother was good at selling the movies. My dad used to make me sell chocolates. Even with when the girls came out, the fake girls, we'd go to California, get them, make me hit the whole the block where I lived. And I never did none of that. I would eat the chocolates. I'd wear the grills. I'd watch the movies. But they make good money like that. And then my dad ended up being a manager at a gym in Central Boxing Gym. Shout out to Central Boxing Gym. That's why I had all my youth of boxing in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. And now I'm really proud because they did a mural of me, my father, my brother outside the gym. It's really dope. Nice. So yeah, man. My dad he was always gonna get it, regardless. You know, he's so I always liked about my dad. He always made opportunities for himself and for us.
Gotcha. You have some?
Any more chats?
Yeah. Was there any more chats? Okay. Okay. A question for David. And guys, get your questions in now because we're gonna end the show soon. Question for David. What are your thoughts on the future of boxing as a sport, and what's the most challenging aspect of being a boxer?
It's a good one.
I feel like the future of boxing right now is getting extremely huge because now, back then, you wouldn't see fighters making 100 million, 200 million. Now, it's more revolving. Now Canelo asked for 200 million. If it ever happens, he might get it. Mayweather, McGregor, Jake Paul. So now it's more. We have a bigger audience now, you know, and now a lot of people could really make a lot of money off of this, bro. So I feel like the future of boxing is
YouTubers are getting into it.
That's a good thing, bro. That's why I never had a problem with the YouTubers getting into boxing. At the end of the day, if we can motivate somebody to get in the ring and actually do it themselves, that's what we want.
Yeah.
Sometimes people give YouTubers shit because they're making a lot of money, but bro, they're looking up to us. That's why they're in the sport.
I think it brings more awareness to the sport, like more awareness, for example, of boxing itself. Because some kids would never get into it, but seeing their favorite creator get into boxing is like, oh wow, this is dope.
Because I remember before, you know, there was always the criticism, oh, boxing's a dying sport, blah blah blah. But I mean, I think with the whole social media push with it, it's like it's huge now because because let's be honest, most influencers don't want to get in a cage and fucking kick each other and shit.
Yeah.
But boxing is a way to do it and have your combat within, you know, and that's why boxing goes so technical because you're limited to your hands.
Yeah.
So it's like the better technician, the better fighter is gonna win 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, like, it's not just men too. You got a lot of women doing it now. Yep. You got kids doing it. You got everybody doing boxing.
Yep.
It's universal for everybody.
Right.
So,
dude, but 28-0 is crazy, bro.
Yes.
Question: what is the minimum amount of, I guess, wins you should have as amateur before you go pro? You think?
There's none.
None?
There's no, like me, I only had 15 fights and I turned pro. It's just, if you're ready to go professional, you're ready to go professional. There's some kids, bro, in Mexico, 15 years old. They don't have the ways to make money. So boxing provides them with the money and they feed their family. And these kids don't have no amateur experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just really depends on where you're at.
What's the process like? Like, is there like a board? Like, do you declare I want to go professional? Like, how do you even
so you just
make that transition?
You apply for a professional book or a professional license.
Okay.
You have to have a team, and if they approve it, you just do the test. They scan your head, all that stuff. If you're fit to fight, you're fit to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Real quick.
I mean, you see the YouTubers, they're fighting.
Yeah. You're right. Okay.
Greatest fighter of all time in your books?
It's a couple, brother.
Top 3.
Oscar De La Hoya, I love him. Manny Pacquiao. Roberto Duran.
I was about to say
Roy
that.
Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
Damn.
Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield. The list goes on and on, bro. I really love boxing, so I know about all these boxers, but there's just been so much greats. And I'm just in this position I'm in, I'm very happy for myself to even be in the same doing the same thing that my idols were doing when they were my age.
Do you think Tyson's going to bring the peekaboo style when he fights Jake?
Yeah.
Or is he going to switch it up?
No, he's not going to switch it.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking because I don't see anybody do it anymore. So I was like wondering, like, is he going to just...
I mean, I don't think so. I think Mike Tyson, he's always liked the style. His style is very effective.
Yeah.
And the best person to do his style is Mike Tyson. So I think he's going to stick with it.
Tyson's special, man.
Yeah. Who utilizes it now, you would say, the best?
Pitbull.
Yeah, exactly. Pitbull.
You
know, so like with boxing, there's like a lot of trends.
Yeah.
So back then when Mayweather was fighting, everybody wanted to have the Philly shell. Then Lomachenko came up. You know Lomachenko?
Yes.
His angles and all that. And then you see kids turning to that. So it's just like a trend, bro. It's, you know, people, that's a cool thing. That sometimes there's a fighter that comes in the generation that just motivate the whole boxing world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's different. There's people that have the Julio Cesar Chavez style, Golovkin style, Mayweather, and Lomachenko.
What would you say are the main, like the main styles? Because obviously, right, like Mexicans fight a certain way, Russians fight a certain way, Americans have their style, Cubans have their own style. What is the main differentiation between the two for like an average viewer that might not know?
So
the differences?
the Mexican style is a brawling style.
Okay.
You just go in there, you fucking give it your all. Mano a mano, that's how they call it. The other one,
That's where the term comes from, I guess.
the boxing, the sweet science is like Mayweather style. Use the ring.
Yeah.
That style gets a lot of criticism because a lot of people call it it's running, but it's not running. It's just being more intelligent, moving your feet, and those is basically
Letting the person tire themselves out.
Yeah, it's only those are the only two. It's either a brawler or a boxer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then usually in America, you got like the West Coast fighters and you got the East Coast fighters, and you can actually tell a little bit of the difference.
Yeah.
You know, like when Zab Judah used to fight and all those guys from the East Coast, from New York, and they would fight, you know, people from the West Coast, from LA, and you'll see the difference from a place like Wildcard and somewhere like Gleason's.
What are some of the differences you would say from the East Coast, West Coast guys?
I think, you know, from the East Coast, it's more so
East Coast is more Philly show,
Philly show.
Okay.
and then the West Coast is more like the brawler.
Yeah.
Brawler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nigga shell. I'm just
okay.
saying, bro.
Slim Mobile goes, I'm a company truck driver who was on a 1099. Should I make an LLC? Yes, my
Yes.
friend, and switch that shit to S Corp ASAP.
As soon as possible.
Rick says, never sent out a super chat, but just a huge fan of the Mexican Monster. Used to be a Canelo fan, but now a fan of David. David is the future shot of enough for putting him on as well.
Thank you,
I'm not
brother.
gonna lie, man. I'm a fan too as well.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
very humble guy.
Thank
No,
you
I
guys.
mean,
I appreciate it.
I knew
Thank you.
about you because my coach said, oh, David Benavidez was in the gym training, and Jake was there, etc. And I was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, Canelo's fucking ducking him. Everybody knows that. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
So if you guys want to come down to the gym and see my sparring sessions, you'll realize why.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
realize why
yeah.
I'm ducking.
Hey, man, I'll be scared too.
Yeah. Hello, Benavidez. Thoughts on Isaac Pitbull and Canelo ain't scared of you, brother. He would break you down easy. All right. Okay. What's your response to that?
He don't get an answer. I mean, well, fuck
And
him.
he wants to know, okay, Isaac Pitbull, thoughts on that?
Pitbull is a great fighter. He's like the next Mike Tyson. He's a little Mike Tyson.
Okay.
You know, he has the same style. He's a great fighter. I think he adds a lot to the Mexican type of Mexican list of fighters because he's the same. You know, he puts everything out. You know, puts his heart out on the line and you know fights with everything. Fights with a lot of balls.
Pause.
Okay. Keep Canelo, this guy, you got some
Manny.
Canelo fans in here. Keep Canelo name out your mouth, punk. You're going to end up just like Raleigh Romero. I already imagine your confused face on a canvas. Canelo is the best Mexican fighter of all time.
Bruh.
No response now, right?
That's why, you know, that's what makes the victories much more sweeter when you get to shut people up like that.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. How much hate do you get like that?
To be honest with you, bro, I don't go on my phone. I don't look at Instagram.
don't look at that shit.
Because at the
Fuck.
end of the day,
Yeah.
bro, that shit pisses you off.
Yeah.
If you keep reading that shit, I mean, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't let it get to me," but think
You're
about
human.
it like this: if you're reading somebody call you a piece of shit every single day for a month,
Yeah.
that shit starts to get to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Negativity is negativity, no matter how you put it.
That's true.
You're right. You're
So I mean, the thing I gotta say about people like this, if you don't have the fucking balls to say that to somebody's face and you're just typing, then you're not a real fucking person. If somebody talk to me like that in person, I'll fucking beat the shit out of them. And that's how I know it. Like, if you don't have the balls to tell that to somebody to their face,
Yeah,
you're not a
a
real
lot of
person.
keyboard warriors, bro.
You're not a real
and here's the other
person.
thing too, like, it's not like you're the one that's saying, "Yo, let's box." So clearly you're not scared.
Yeah.
So what? Like, the onus isn't on you; it's on him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh,
I
don't
mean,
call
what does it sound like? Well, like I'm not gonna fight him unless they give me 200 million. Like that's absurd, bro.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
You know what you're doing whenever you say that? 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Let's see here. Anything? Oh, what do you think of catch weight fight at 160 with Crawford?
You know, it's crazy because they were just talking to me about that. But no, 160. I've never been at. I haven't been at 160 in like since I was like 12.
Bro, and like, I can only imagine cutting weight like how, because you're a tall guy.
Yeah.
So
So
like,
160. I mean, I'm already doing a lot by getting to 168, 160. That's another 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So no,
Fuck
I'm
that.
not doing that. But Crawford is a great fighter. I mean, I would love to share the ring with Crawford if that opportunity came up, but not at 160.
Gotcha. June says, "Hey David, since you sparred with Golovkin in the past, is it true what they say about his punching power? Keep up the great work, champ."
Oh, that motherfucker hits hard. He hits hard. He hits hard. So, funny story when I first sparred him. So, I was the main sparring partner for a reason. You know what I mean? I am who I am, and I was his main sparring partner for a reason. The first day we sparred when I was 15 years old, I remember I went there. That's before he fought in the U.S., so nobody knew him. And then my dad was like, "Hey, you want to spar?" I'm 15 years old. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll spar." He's like, "Who you gonna spar?" I was like, "That guy over there." So I turn to look at Golovkin, and he gives me, bro, the most killer look I've ever seen. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm kind of scared, to be honest with you." But I'm like, I'm not, if my dad thinks I can handle it, then fuck it, let's go. Having a great sparring, both catching each other. We both throw a left hook at the same time. Boom, hit it to the body. We both go, ugh. Oh, step back. We both step back. And like, yeah. but he hits hard, bro. The reason why I know everything I know right now and why I'm so good is because his shots were so hard that you have to do things outside of your comfort zone. You have to learn defense. You have to learn head movement. You have to learn all this shit to not get hit.
Yeah.
But he hit hard.
Yeah.
But he knows I hit hard too.
Yeah. No. It's different, man. I mean, I sparred with my coach a few times, and he fucks me up, and I'm like, God damn. It's one thing to hit mitts, but it's another thing to like stand in front of someone that's more experienced than you, and fight them, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta avoid getting hit.
And not only the thing about it too is getting hit, and also being able to think after.
Yeah.
That's just hard, bro.
Yeah. And then like what you mentioned, like about like setting up shots, like that's something that's like underrated. Is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you a few times up top, and then boom, hit you in the body. And the getting hit in the body hurts, man.
Yeah. It takes everything out of you. Holy
shit! Like it'll knock the wind out of you. So it's like unless you box and you feel it, it's like it's you can't describe it.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, to obviously do it on your level was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, Eddie hit me one time.
Crazy admiration.
I said, bro, I need a timeout.
Yeah.
Eddie don't play, bro.
So crazy admiration, man.
Yeah.
Beterbiev versus Bivol. Who do you got?
Ooh.
To be honest with you, I think Bivol is gonna win, because Beterbiev, bro, he's like almost 40 years old. He's strong, but I think Bivol is more of a complete package. He can move in and out. He hits hard, and he uses his distance really well. But Beterbiev too, he's a monster. But I got Bivol on that fight.
Yeah. Okay. And then what else do we got here?
J-Tune.
The Mexican monster, Mike Tyson's voice. David, I'm 28 years old, 225 pounds, 5'8". If I lose 40 pounds in 8 months, would you spar me? I have 4 to 5 years of experience, but I haven't done any boxing in like years. You're gonna get fucked up, bro.
Damn,
I can work with him, but
this one just want to get beat up. I
you
guess.
know what, bro? Go to Boxer Gym, sign up, and they'll coach you,
sign a waiver.
Get the
nigga.
membership
There you go.
first.
Yeah, go get a membership.
Get a membership
Sign the
first,
waiver,
bro.
bro.
Get sued.
Yeah, man. It's crazy out here. Have David been invited to P. Diddy party?
Come on,
man.
You know what's going on with Diddy, right?
I know. Yeah. I've been seeing. No, I haven't gotten invited to those parties. I won't go either.
He's a
Danielle
man.
confront Canelo in person if the fight don't happen. I want to at least see him shit his pants in the presence of the Mexican monster.
I mean, I would love to do that. I definitely would love to do that.
Have y'all ever met in person before?
I've never seen him in person. He's just small, bro. I was
gonna say, I think
he's not
that's
that much. He's not that much bigger than him.
Yeah, and I think that's a big reason why he's scared is because of your reach and everything else like that.
Yeah,
so
and also think that because when he fought Bivol, he went up in weight 175, and Bivol, he throws a lot of combinations, really powerful, and kind of like the same as me. You know what I mean? So I think he's seeing, bro, that it's. So when Canelo,
what class would you put Canelo in? Would you consider him a brawler? Or would you consider him?
No, he's a brawler. He's a brawler, and I don't take nothing away from Canelo, bro. Canelo is a living legend. Obviously, the opinion I have is not because of what he's done in his career, is because he doesn't want to fight me. But he's a living legend. Yeah. But if you look at his record, when he comes up to 168, fighting Caleb Plant, fighting Billy Joe Saunders, guys that didn't have power. Once he goes up to 175, fights guys with power. What do you think? What happened?
Shaky.
You know what I mean? So I think he knows that that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the Fury versus Ngannou fight? Okay. Good question.
So I was really surprised on that fight, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Tyson Fury. I just feel like he didn't take that fight serious at all. But Ngannou, bro, he really made a big splash. Ngannou has a lot of fucking power. Yeah. And I think that's what surprised Tyson Fury, that he didn't think that he would be able to perform on him or fight with him on that level. And, Ngannou was training with Mike Tyson. Yeah. And Mike Tyson has a lot of knowledge, bro.
Hey, man, not to make a joke, but that's black power for you.
Yeah.
Bro. What'd you think about his most recent fight with oh my God, the British guy?
With Anthony Joshua.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
I think he was. I think Joshua wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
But Joshua has a lot of power too, bro.
Yeah.
I was just surprised how fast it ended.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna go way longer than that, but I think that just shows what level Joshua's on.
Yeah.
So.
He ain't playing.
What else do we got here? We got Nikes, right? Is it?
Gomez Lopez.
Gomez, sorry. We could all agree that Golovkin was the most feared fighter in his prime, yet Canelo fought him and took all his belts. So how could you say he's scared?
So then why isn't he taking the fight? Why isn't he fighting his number one? You know,
mandatory.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I say
Yeah.
about people, bro. If you're just tired of me talking so much shit, come fucking beat me. Come knock me out.
Yeah.
And make a fucking fat check after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why That's why he don't want the fight. He don't want the fight because he knows this shit ain't no game right here.
Yeah.
I mean, before he asked for the 200 million. I think the offer that my promotion company sent him was about 60 million.
60 M. Okay.
60 million. Now he's making 35. Why if you have
So y'all are like doubling it. And
why would you have a 60 million? Why would you have two deals on the table, 35 and a $60 million deal, but you go with the 35?
Amen.
Hey, man.
Men lie, women lie.
It
Numbers
is
dope.
very clear what's
come on,
happening
man.
here. Yeah.
And I guarantee you, he's not gonna get that money with nobody else.
Yeah.
No, he won't.
Nobody else.
And you know what's crazy? People want to see you and him fight. They want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
But
It's just at the end of the day, you want to respect boxing. The best fight the best.
Yeah.
This guy has all the belts, bro. He don't even want to give the people out the opportunity. He wants to handpick who he fights. And when you have all the belts, bro, I mean, you could do it for a little bit of time, but come on, brother. This dude is doing it for way too long, bro.
And here's the other thing too, and I want to get your guys' takes on this. Like Floyd did it with Pacquiao, right? He waited, then he did the fight eventually. And to this day, people still criticize him. Oh, you didn't fight him in his prime. You were scared, etc. So it's
still
like
fought him.
You fought him,
Still
right?
fought him.
But people are always going to talk shit. So it's like for Canelo, it's like, bro, just fight him now. Wow, you know. But
The crazy thing about it too is like everybody wants to watch it,
Yeah.
which means everyone's gonna pay to watch it.
Yeah.
Which means it's
There's
gonna be a
lot of
sellout
pay-
fight. So why
imagine
wouldn't
if
you?
it was
You know?
60
Yeah.
mil, how much is he getting off the pay-per-view? Because you still get money off the pay-per-view. That's just the flat fee he's getting.
Yeah.
That's BS.
whoa,
That's-
okay,
that's upfront money.
That's just upfront, just
That's
to do it.
upfront,
That
yeah.
doesn't even account for the pay-per-views after the fact.
He even said keep the pay-per-views.
So we had a conversation.
Sorry, bro.
Conversation. My guy Samson called me. He was like, "Hey, so an opportunity came up. He said that after your fight, he will fight you in September, but you have to get a fee of $5 million, and that's it. No pay-per-view, nothing." I said, "Let's fucking do it. Let's do it."
Yeah.
I have to give away percentages. I'm ended up with like 3.5.
Yeah.
Before taxes. So I'm like, for me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's the opportunity I wanted. I don't care about the money, because once I beat him, that's when the money comes.
Right.
But I think they were just trying to see what I was gonna say, because I had said before that if I would fight him for $5 million or even less, so they were trying to see. Oh yeah, well, he wanted more money. He didn't keep his word and said he'd only fight for the $5 million. But I ain't banned, bro. I said I'm stand by my word. I don't care. I want the opportunity.
You called their bluff.
We never.
You called their bluff.
We never heard back about it.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, man.
the crazy thing too is that him and his team, they'd go and say, we never received nothing from Benavidez. There was never a fight on the table. Bro, how are you going to sign a 3-fight deal with my promotion company in the fight that everybody wants to see? You think my promotion company is not going to talk to you about fighting me? Like, how is my name never... He said that Al Heyman never talked to him about me. Like, bro, it just makes no sense. So it's just lie after lie. So it's
You know,
fucking...
it's interesting because the people watching, right? Like we talked about the whole Canelo thing, and then they keep bringing it up. That tells you how much the people want it. The people
Yeah.
here are like watching it right
Yeah.
now. We got what over 10,000 y'all watching right now live. Like the people want it. Almost every question that's come through is like, "Where's the fight?" Like,
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what was funny too, bro? So when we heard about that, the 150, 150, 200 million, I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully after he gets that money, he has enough money left over to buy a pair of balls.
He's ducking, man. It's obvious he's ducking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this point,
okay.
main event.
Okay, it goes. Main event goes. Big fan of David. You have an excellent high guard. Did you model that after Winky Wright? Also, to put in perspective, as scary as David is in boxing, in his prime, GGG or Triple G was arguably scarier. I'm sure David would agree.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I like what the guy said about Winky Wright, because yes, I did. Winky Wright is definitely who I took it after. And what did the guy say about Golovkin?
Did he mention?
In his prime,
Yeah, he said in his prime.
was scarier.
Yeah. He said David would agree.
Well, I mean, David. I
He
mean,
fought
yeah,
Canelo
yeah,
too.
he's a
I
fucking
watched that
fighter.
fight. I watched him fight Triple
But
G
you know,
fight
so
Canelo.
the thing about it is too that you guys gotta understand. Golovkin, when he was coming up, when he did his HBO pay-per-view, his first HBO fight, he was already 29. You know what I mean? So he started later.
Yeah.
But I've been champion 3 times. I've done a lot already, bro. At 27 years old, and I'm still going.
Yep.
You know, so by the time now, these are the best years. I feel like I'm really entering my prime, and I feel like people are really gonna see the best of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't agree with that question. You know, I can't agree with that because I'm barely getting started.
Yeah.
I got fucking 10 years boxing already. I'm ready for another 15.
Shit. All right.
All right.
We got who's up next here? Oh, Strawberry goes. If any other fighter kept denying they'd strip their belt, why hasn't Canelo been stripped?
Ooh.
So because the sanctioning fee of all the belts, there's so much fucking money in there, brother.
Yeah.
That 3% off of that, they all get 3%. That 3% off that 40 mil, who else does that? Where else are they gonna get that money at? So Canelo's promising that he'll fight me or he'll fight whoever after, but he never does. So I mean, that's I don't want to talk bad about the sanctioning belts, but that's just what it is. That's the cold reality that they're making more money with him, and they want to keep him happy.
Okay, so
he-
it's not even
He has
honoring other fights. It's who's holding the
Yes.
belt. It
Yeah.
makes us the most money.
Politics.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
he has priority.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. That's how they're making it seem.
Boxing politics, man. It's crazy, bro.
See, as a viewer, we would never know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like, and,
We
you
just,
know,
oh, he's scared or whatever. But there's stuff behind
There's
the
so
scenes.
much behind the scenes that
Yeah.
nobody knows.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what's really going on, but
but I'm glad that y'all are like kind of
shutting.
shedding light on this because it's like, you know, somebody out there might say, "Oh, what are you doing?" But they don't know what
They
the
don't
fuck
Yeah,
is
no,
going
they
on.
don't. They don't know the
They don't
whole
get it.
rundown about everything, and that's just the cold reality of it. You know what I mean? He's making the company so much money, the sanctioning belt so much money that, you know, they're just gonna cater to him
I remember we had on.
until he loses.
Oh,
Gotcha. But so they look at it like, all right, so who holds the belt sometimes is more important than if the best person holds the belt.
Yeah. Damn. So like this is the thing too. Like obviously, you know, it's called the passing of the torch for a reason because Mayweather did that to Canelo. So how the fuck am I ever supposed to get there if I'm not able to fight the best of the best?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've put the work in, everything he's been through, I've been through. I've done the same thing. But because he was able to share the ring with Floyd Mayweather, they made 2.5 million, or how much they make? 2 million, 1.5 million off the sales.
Yeah.
That instantaneously blew his name up.
Yeah.
Mayweather's fans became his fans.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, once I fight Canelo, his fans are gonna turn into my fans.
Yep.
But it's because you get that spotlight to perform and show yourself to the world. How am I gonna do? I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm giving great fights, but you know what I mean? I'm not selling 1.5 million. I'm not selling like them.
Do you think it's because he's not at the end of his career yet and he wants to keep going and he knows fighting you will be a career
Yeah.
ender?
So this is the thing about boxing too, bro. You have to put the work in, bro. Yeah, it's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been professional 10 years. I barely got my first pay-per-view last year. You know what I mean? So it's just you got to put the work in, put the work. I think little by little I'm getting there. You know, I'm gonna start to hit those numbers. But it's just I'm saying, sometimes it's the passing of the torch. If you really believe in your skills, come shut me up. If
Yeah.
not, I'm gonna take the torch myself.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that he knows that it's 50-50.
Is there anyone else in that weight class you could fight at the same magnitude or not really?
No.
Canelo is the guy right now.
So that's why I'm,
Yeah.
forget about that. Going up to 75.
Yeah.
These are the best guys there, so we're gonna make it happen there.
Got it. All right. Yo, that nigga's scared,
yeah,
man.
but that's all they're spamming in the chat right now.
Yo.
Just so y'all know, if you watch this on the playback, it's not that he's talking about Canelo so much as that you guys keep fucking asking and he's answering your questions.
True.
What else we got here? Slim Mo Bob, what's your opinion on kissing girls you're hooking up with? Nigga, what? What the fuck? Bro, somebody got me trolling, man. Okay, question for
go,
David.
man.
Do you think you're a traditional man and why? WFNFW David, stay focused and keep working hard. You got it, champs.
Yeah, traditional man. I always say I am because at the end of the day, I'm a family man. I work hard.
Does your family help you keep you grounded
Yeah,
and keep
my wife
keep
does.
focused? Yeah.
My wife does a lot. She puts me in my places, puts me in check. And not only that is having my family, bro, it gives me so much more motivation.
I was gonna ask,
I love
yeah.
being there with my family as opposed to being in the club or being this and that. I get to see my son grow up. I'm teaching him how to box. My little daughter, Chloe, she's 3 months old. She's moving more, so I'm very happy in that sense.
Do you think if you came here like as a single guy it would have been way harder to, stay focused on training, stay focused on avoiding the club, avoiding girls, and
it just really depends on where you're at. I feel like it definitely is. It would be distraction for me, but I'm never gonna let nothing distract me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I know my dream. I know where I'm going, and that's all. You could do that after your career is over.
Yeah.
Right now, there's only a small window of time to accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Yeah. Good point.
But I'm not gonna say it wouldn't affect other people. I've seen people just make money and fucking live that lifestyle and fuck their whole career up.
A lot of fighters.
A lot of fighters, and
It
then
happened to Mike Tyson. I mean, I love Mike Tyson, but it happened to him. He was doing orgies on coke and shit like that, and after Cuz died, it all went downhill.
Yeah. So you got to have a good team behind you. You have to have mentors. You have to, and also the thing is, you got to take the ego out of it. That's what I'm talking about. Ego. You have to learn when you're fucking up. You have to admit to yourself. And you have to see, what way do I go? Do I make more mistakes, or do I go forward and actually go after my dream? And I feel like now, bro, to be honest with you, people, they're more self-centered. A lot of people more on their phone, want to just show off, or Instagram or Twitter or all that. Yeah. Bro, that shit's cool, bro, but at the end of the day, in the real life, that shit does not matter.
Facts.
Yeah. For you getting to your dream, it's all a distraction. Some people, I feel like they're addicted to social media and they don't even know.
It's almost like they're living for social media rather than living in real life.
They make zero money on that shit too.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? And then we're gonna close out, guys. We got what? 11,000 y'all watching plus.
That's it.
Okay, so we're caught up. Guys, I'll give you all the last word, man. What's coming up? What you guys got going on?
Yeah, so we got a fight. I don't know if it's June 15th or June 22nd, but I'm gonna fight for the light heavyweight title. Light heavyweight interim title, and then on the same night, Gervonta Davis is gonna fight Frank Martin. Man. Fucking lit card. It's gonna be amazing. Probably gonna be the biggest card.
Where's it gonna be?
The whole year. I don't know. It's either gonna be in Vegas or Houston.
Okay. I was gonna ask. I know you didn't know where it was.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking big fight. So I'm very excited. I'm working hard for that, and we just take it little by little. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can bring you that guy's a Canelo fight, because I know that's what everybody wants to see. But
man, the chat's been spamming it all the whole time. Half the questions were about that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just happy to be able to be here with you guys.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming,
so
man.
Thank
you for coming, bro.
And it's an honor to be here with you guys and be here with the fans.
It's an honor to be, bro. Because I started training boxing a few months ago, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like I got like a whole newfound respect for the sport and for you guys. So for me, this is awesome,
bro. I gotta teach this guy like I was doing the class.
Yeah. No, honestly, bro, he can teach you a lot.
Yeah.
No, so I find enjoying that too, just helping the fighters. I mean, the guys that he brought.
So my CEO Network, they came through the boxer for training, right? And then he came and showed them a lot of moves. I was like, damn, that's love, bro.
I'm pull up.
He didn't have to, but he did it.
I'll go. Yeah. I never go outside, but I'll go for that.
Let's do it. I love that.
Yeah. So that'll be great. I think the people would like to see that too.
But nonetheless, though, thank you, Mateo, for making this happen as well.
Always.
Because without you, bro, I never met David.
For
even
sure.
Daniel as well. Thank you, Daniel, for showing up as well.
Yeah, shout out to Boxer Gym for setting this up, man.
What's coming up next for you and Boxer Gym?
Man, at the moment it's been amazing just because we've got a few projects on the line. We're looking at opening up another location, possibly up in NYC, another one in the Middle East.
Middle East has a huge boxing market.
Yeah,
They're trying to get into it big time.
I'm in the middle of also, restructuring a few things with the brand where, we got the management company, we're getting fighters in. Having David Benavidez at the gym is an absolute, honor and pleasure. It's been attracting a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
And it's just about, fueling the brand and being very consistent with what we're doing and bringing more value to the people, always.
You know what I like Boxer? There's a community. They care about their people. And for example, let's say you're a member, they care about you too as well. And what's more important is that like celebrities come in there all the time and they're humble.
Yeah, all the
help
time,
people.
bro.
They're very social. So that's really good at Boxer Gym.
No, that's great, man. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the interview, man. We're gonna be back with some lovely ladies here in about maybe 45 to an hour. Thank you guys for coming by. This was honestly fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Real quick, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he gave us some gifts, man.
And a shirt. I'm wearing.
Man. So shout out Dave Benavidez and his team, man. And yeah, guys, we'll catch you guys here in a bit, in about an hour or so, man. Thank you guys for coming by.
Peace.
I ran so far away.